Blessings. Hola. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Friday. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hello.
How goes?
How are ya?
I am good. You can hear me loud?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Awesome sauce.
So welcome everyone. I was telling everybody welcome before you came on. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another Friday with PUM 101 with Caleen Dierdrick and myself, of course. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So this week, this Friday, Caleen, let the people them
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
what are we talking about? What are we really talking about?
We talking about fantasies, y'all. Sexual fantasies is the order of the day tonight. So we're gonna get into it. Pretty much, I think we would. I'm gonna start with a definition of sexual fantasies. Yeah. So, pretty much, sexual fantasies are things that we imagine of a sexual nature that are, can be very, very erotic and stimulating for us. I say imagine because usually it's something that you don't currently have, or sometimes it's an experience that you would have had already, but you're bringing it to bear on your current situation. Sometimes it is a part of how it is that you stimulate yourself in masturbation, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that tonight, getting into, some of the juicy stuff. So, Miss Ramona, tell me, your fantasy.
Okay. What? Go ahead. No. Please finish, please. What
What?
fantasies? What?
No, I said tell me your fantasies.
Okay. Well, I'll start by saying that I think the majority of my fantasies started in like masturbation, right? I think that's where a lot of it like came into play, right?
Right?
Which so as you said before, there are fantasies that you've had before that you now have a fantasy of having it with someone else, and then there are
Right.
these fantasies that you've never had, and it's even more of a fantasy because you probably feel like you probably might never even have it, or it's not the norm, or you probably can't even talk it because somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, what you the fun," type of situation.
Right.
So I would say that. There are a lot of different fantasies I personally have. One is definitely having sex outside. It's definitely a thing for me. It's definitely an outside can be anywhere. It can be on the beach. It can be underneath a mango tree. It can be in a one piece of zinc roof place. It can be balcony. I mean, I'm game for any one of those situations. That is definitely a huge one for me because it doesn't happen all the time. So when it does, it's like overly exciting, and then just to think about it, while I'm masturbating or whatever it does heighten my orgasm or my sexual
Okay.
stimulation for sure. That's definitely one of them. I mean, I've
All
many.
right.
What? Tell me about
Tell
you. What? Name me one, because we're gonna go down the line. So
we're
name
gonna
me
we're gonna
one.
all right.
And
So
this is not in importance order, please. By the way.
not an importance.
Okay?
Okay, all right.
No.
So I will start with the first time I actually had the discussion about my fantasies, right? So this is with my ex-husband. One day, I asked him, I said, tell me, what are like some of the things you want to try, right? And he goes, well, the first thing on the top of his list was a threesome. So I went, oh, all right, next. Tell me what else? What else works? After that, he went into he wanted us he wanted us to have sex in public because we hadn't just yet, right? So I said, okay, fine. we can get that one done. And then he asked me what it is that I wanted to do. And I told him, I want this candlelight thing. You know that one the way you seen in the movie I saw? Right? You
Yeah,
know, when the
man,
man
love
lights up
them
the
there.
holy
Love
candle.
that.
My girl.
Sexy.
And that, I tell him, said a candlelight, yes. And I gave him two more that I would love to try. My girl, how me come home at the time I was studying at the university. How me come home at from school, bust open the apartment door and a piece of heat, Ramona, lick me
Because
at the
all the
front door.
candles.
Hello, listen to me. Candle, the all over the floor. The man cut the candle them in a half. You understand me? And put them up. I mean, he made a pathway from the doorway all the way up the
With the
stairs
candles.
with the candle them all the way up the
Oh.
stairs in the bedroom. When we say in the bedroom, sweltering your fuck, you know. When we say hot, you know. You understand what I mean? But girl, I give him man a piece of sex that I swear to God, when he finished, he was screaming my name. I was
So
so
you never,
happy. And
so you never like candle every night after that?
no, listen to me. Yo, listen to me. We're nearly dead. When we said heating up Ramona hot, hot. This wasn't, I never realized it, I got so hot. But it added to the sweatiness. So that was my first fantasy. And to have it fulfilled, and the thing is this, right? What was amazing was he didn't tell me he was going to do it. So I just
Right.
I just
The
spoke to him
spontaneity
about
is
it.
always nice.
Yeah, man. I just spoke to him about it. I completely forgot about that conversation. And then all of a sudden, as I said, my boss opened the door. When I say it was like I was walking into a fairy tale. When I said grinning from ear to ear, you know, boom, boom, start jump from me, see that, you know. My girl, I saw me peel off the clothes, them I go up the stairs.
Ready.
One time, you know. Oh God. Me just say, yo, give me 5 minutes, let me wash up my body. Let me just clean it up.
I don't need more than 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes.
And I'm ready.
5 minutes. Me just wash the essentials, brother. Trust me, me I come. When me say, me just tell them, lay down, lay down, lay down. Just no
I
move.
got you,
I'm
baby.
hungry this.
Yes.
I'm hungry this. Oh God. Sweat like hog. Ramona, when me say sweating up, I'm bumpy drug. I say, so you can.
Where's
So
that
next time, hello, next time I do the candlelight, AC to my thing one time.
You have to. You have to. I
No,
don't know.
trust
It's
me.
so funny because I feel like I love having sex with candlelight and everything and candling up the whole place. But it's going to always be me that's gonna do that. You know what I mean?
And if
Like
you
I am just that person. I just like
right,
candles. I like candles when I'm going to bed. I like candles in my bathtub. I like candles all day, every day. They're in my office lit already. So I guess for
right.
me, I take that as that's like I don't know, you know what I mean? But I can definitely understand telling a man, say, yo, you like this, or you would have liked this, and he
And you come up
presented
to it.
it to you without you even realizing or knowing that he was going to do that. You were just talking, just expressing and keeping it moving, and he really listened and he did that for you.
My girl,
That's
as
why
I
you
tell
pussy
you,
wet stuff.
what listen, dripping. Say as me bust the door,
Dripping, dripping.
dripping. As me open the door, something happening on my lines. And I say, wait, hold on there. Hold on. Wait. Me say me start to laugh if the school bag fling down, me start to peel off the clothes and go upstairs. Trust me. It was exciting for me, like absolutely exciting for me. So one of the things that I have noticed, like with my clients, right? Especially with, I was going to say, especially with the women, because I find that the men will more readily will speak about the things that they want to do, right? But the women sometimes will sit back. I remember having a client who was telling me that she actually wants a threesome, but she wants it with two men. And her issue was asking now, how is she going to have that conversation with her man?
Yeah, because society says she's a whore for wanting that or that being okay.
She wasn't concerned about society, was concerned about her man. What was he going to say if she tell him that she want two men at the same time?
And what did he say?
Listen to me. It took actually about 3 weeks worth of coaching back to back to get her to the space that she could talk to him. And she had me on speed dial in the event that when she broached the conversation with him, it started to go south. So I said to her, start with a movie. Start with one of those. Start with porn, and just gauge how it is that he feels. I asked her, how does he feel about how does he feel about a regular threesome? And she says he's down for that. So I asked if she had ever given him one. She said yes. So I said, okay, well, put on some porn, right, and then see how that goes. Broach the topic. Now that I'm watching it or whatever, ask him how he feel about that. And she said, boy, she actually asked him and so forth, how would I feel if there was another man in the room? So she said where she started was to ask him if how would he feel if there was another man in the room watching. And him say, yeah, him could I do that still, him could I angle that, and stuff. And then she says, okay, so how would you feel if he was only touching me? She said, the man freeze up. Freeze up. Him said, what do you mean touching you? Touching you like, oh. So his next conversation, she said, was the idea of having two men, him and the next man turn on in the same room, boy, I'm not thinking him can cross it. Right? And so he says, tell me why you're asking. And she says, because this is something that I would like to do. So when she actually got into it, and them actually talked about it a little bit and stuff, she said she got it. It took almost 3 months worth of talking it through and getting him to the place.
Making everyone comfortable.
Yes, getting him to the place that him comfortable with the idea that, this didn't mean that he was going to be interfacing with the guy or whatever. She said, right. Listen, I know you're a straight man. I don't want you and this man to wait me. I just
right. I'm not needing you to rub up.
No. I just want, and what she was saying to him is that she wanted penetration. She wanted double penetration.
Okay.
So, yeah. So when him hear that part, they're nearly dead. Nearly dead. Yeah, man. They properly lick him for 6, and then she talk and him ask her, why is this so important? Why is this something you want to try? She said it's something that she's always wanted to try. So let's try double penetration. You are actually in the pussy. The person is in my mouth. Let's go there.
Okay, I thought you meant other double penetration. Because I was trying to figure out how that was going to work and them not touch each other. I mean, I guess you can do it, but I mean, it's a little harder. Your knee end up brush against something, I mean, that's just how that fucking shit goes.
No. If it's anal and pum, no.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. That's what I thought you meant. Anal and vagina, yeah.
No.
Okay. She meant oral, giving head and taking cock.
All right, there you go. So her thing is that he won't get to fuck me. That's your job, right? And so that's what he was sold on. And so afterwards, both of them came to see me and we were talking about it. And so I asked him, how was that? He said it was sexy as fuck. He never anticipated that it was.
He never knew he would like it.
Yeah. So,
but you know what, Caleen, I know, is it funny how it is that when you talk about a threesome, right? Because, I mean, that was a fantasy of mine. You know what I mean? At some point, that, okay,
what, threesome.
Huh?
The 2 man. Oh wait.
No. I'm just saying threesomes. When you just mention threesomes, automatically most people go to two man and one man, right? And that is okay, and that is whatever. And then when it is that someone says no, I mean 2 man and a woman, because maybe that bitch want to be the star. Maybe that's what maybe that's what she wants, right? And that's okay, but I guess it's, as you said, with your client, like it just took some coaching, it took some talking, allowing the person to, I guess, understand that it's not a replacement, it's not a you're not enough, it's not anything like that. It's a fantasy of mine, just like you have a fantasy of having maybe 5 women lick your balls and suck your dick. And you have more pussy while you're in front of you. I mean, So, my rate client though, I'm glad that she really took your advice, and just kind of went with it. And of course, I guess because she had your support, that probably definitely made it easier as well. But let me ask you this. So, with fantasies, we have all these different things, right? Because fantasies, you can talk about maybe place, maybe clothing, maybe amount of people, maybe role play, maybe whatever, right? When it comes to all of that, what do you, like you mentioned one of the fantasies that you had, right? What is another one that you would say that is definitely up there?
My girl. Right. No. Right. No. I have two. No. Actually, one I had tried already.
Watch out now. She
Right?
have a list. All right, check out the
No,
list.
Mama,
Check out
have
the
a
list,
list.
Caleen.
Have
Check out
a
the
list. So me not think it. Hold on. It them there yourself. Right here. Honey, the first one, Ramona, what I want to do, like, this is going to happen in a short order. Right? The idea
which is?
of, with, eh?
No, I'm saying which is. I'm listening.
Yes. I want to fuck in an elevator. One that people can see me.
You
One of
said
those fast
that
elevators.
before. You told me that before. This elevator
Hello.
thing I do. So how
No,
much
my
floor is
girl.
the elevator supposed to have?
Listen to Mommy, let me explain now because I'm going at. Hold on. Let me drink little water first and then I'm going at it, right?
No, please, quench your thirst.
Woo! Girl, listen, no. I want one of those elevators that you can see, the ones with the glass all around.
Okay.
Right? And I want it that it's coming from high, like really, really high. I'm talking like 50 floors and this kind of stuff. Really, really high, or it's starting from really, really low so you can get to see. And honey, you know, like I want my body pressed in on the glass. So you can see my nipples and my whole body pressed in, my ass pressed in on the, trust me, nice and slow. And it needs to be going up slow because I want people there. You understand what I mean? I want people to be like, oh shit, look at what's happening, look at what's happening. Oh my God. When we say me would have come
Yo,
in
you got to people their dream and everything.
No, listen to me. When I say, every time I go in our elevator, and there is one at the gym that have glass inside there. And every time, one at a time, them come out and I go upstairs, you know, for the workout, you know. Oh, I sit down there, look for myself in the mirror, so I say, yes, Father. Time and place, me I tell you. So that one is like on the top of my list. Remember me tell you, I'm gonna video it. So when we do it, I'm gonna send it come show.
My girl, I don't think that you need to video it. Because I think everybody else is going to video it for you. So the video part is alright. No worry about that part. That part they cover. Just do your thing. Just skin out and bend out and do your thing and bounce and ray and do your thing.
Listen to me. When I say while out, you know, I mean it's gonna get yummy. It's gonna get you understand what I try to say? It's gonna nasty.
I want it to get nasty. I want it to get nasty. I definitely want it to get nasty. 100%.
I don't think you understand. Mister, every time I think about the thing, Ramona, every time I think about the thing. One, because I'm an exhibitionist, I'm not also a voyeur. Yeah? So I like watching, absolutely love watching people have sex, whatever, and I like being watched. That excites me on levels that you can't even understand. Remember, I told you. What I said, see, you know, one of them one day, Jesus, does that go up so? People dead. Oh no, look out.
I get you know, because I am the same way with that whole. I want people to watch me. I want people to see me. I want to, but what gets me more excited, okay? Because like I mean, I've always thought about the elevator. I've always thought about in the airplane. I've always thought about that, right? In terms of like, you know, just can't even wait until you get out of these places to just and get it, right? But for me personally, I want people to watch me, right? I want people to watch me, but I am also a watcher as well. So there's nothing high. Okay, so high on the list for me would be having sex and somebody else is right in front of me fucking too. Like that shit to me is hot. It's not a fantasy of mine, like, oh my God, I've never had it, and so like I wonder what that's like. It's a fantasy for me because I would want to engage that with, I guess, whichever partner I'm with, because I like that. I like being able to, you know, being pleasured and all of those things, and seeing the couple over there beside me brush up against my shoulder, whatever the case may be, also getting excited and getting worked up. And I guess just depending on the situation, you never know, you know. things could
Mm-hmm.
shift up. Right?
Right.
Not south, but up. But I'm just saying, maybe she might be cute. I mean, I don't know, right? So,
Right.
I mean, I'm open. Right?
Yeah, Ramona. My girl,
No, but
yes,
that is
you
no, don't
are
no.
so like a
I'm
star.
just saying that is hot, but I don't. It doesn't have to be where I am necessarily engaging in with the woman that is having sex with somebody over there, right? But
Right.
even for me, I don't even necessarily need the couple here having sex. I want the couple here having like the fantasy is the couple here having sex, the couple here having sex, the couple here having sex, the couple here having sex. So like that's why I like hedonism because everybody's just fucking all over the fucking place. Right?
Rah.
So when I go to hedonism, I'm like, yes, God, see it, yeah because I can do all of that, right?
Yep.
But role playing is huge for me too. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I mean, because I find that a lot of times with my fantasies, I talk about it during sex. Like I
Mm-hmm.
talk about my fantasies like while I'm having sex, right? So even though, yeah, cocky up in a me and Ray and Tay, I can be talking about the fact that, oh my God, I just want to kiss a woman's pussy, and I just want to
Oh,
lick it,
yeah.
or
Yeah, money.
I
You're,
just want to lick, I just want to lick the
telling me.
mound of her vagina. I just want to just make a circular motion with my tongue, like on her mound or on like the
Hold on.
creases or the vulva, but not even necessarily going in
And
yet
in.
and
Right.
blah blah blah. And just really getting down into how I would eat her pussy, and like that
Yeah.
would really turn me on as well. And like so, I think that the it's not role playing, but the talking about the
Right. About it.
fantasy, right, during the sexual intercourse is really hot for me. Like when we talk about like leak, we're gone, like are we in the
No, wait,
pool,
wait,
like
wait,
what's
wait. So hold on.
happening?
Hold on. Wait. So tell me, is this shit that you whispering in his ear? Is he
No, I'm
okay, okay,
saying it.
so
I'm talking it. I'm not
okay.
whispering in
No,
no
no,
ear.
but all right. So wait. Walk me down. So is it a situation where he is penetrating you or he's eating your pussy and you're telling him this at the same time? Which one?
Yes.
Which one? Yes, which
You
one? He's
okay? So
penetrating you.
usually it is from during penetration.
Right,
Usually it's going to be from penetration, right?
right.
I mean, it can happen anytime, and I think I'd get excited even if it was just because he was eating my pussy, or he could be sucking my damn toe, and I think I would
Right.
be more turned on. So I don't think it necessarily matters when,
What?
but I
Okay.
would say that most times it is during that penetration phase because I'm now there. I'm now, I'm much more turned on, and a lot more free and a lot more, and so I want to talk about those things. And so I talk a lot and role play a lot. And I mean, even things like, say, I wish something like, I wish something did happen, or I wish there was a girl that did there, or, I wish we were
Right.
whatever. Like that really gets me hot
That
and
turns you
bothered
on.
much more than like, for example, us sitting down and watching porno, which for some
Uh-huh.
people is a fantasy because they've never had it,
Right,
right?
right, right.
Not necessarily because they think they need to have it all the time, but so nothing man I'm sure would have loved to sit down and know, say, yo, them woman I watch the porno with them and Ray, and she start get a little hot and bothered, or him can say, babes, you like that, or she can say, yo, you like that, and it kind of get, fantasies can be, anything, it can be simple, it can be complex. So for me, that whole talk, but I'm a talker during sex though. I'm not really
Yeah, you
quiet.
tell me. Yeah,
I'm not,
talk.
I
Yeah,
mean, my
talk.
orgasms are not quiet, none at all,
Yeah, you tell me them loud.
right?
The thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. I love
Okay.
this. My poor children, I
For
don't even
me,
know what my children think.
you're my killer. She not dead. Here is the case.
What's
For
happening
me,
in there? What's Betty doing to mommy?
my girl, here is the case. You know, one of the things that I wanted to do, right? And this is by Hido. Every time that I go, I am always just teaching. I'm always facilitating courses. That's it. So I am helping people to fuck and have themselves a great time. But the thing is, you know what would be awesome for me? Like, I mean, I would just lose my shit. Absolutely. To be able to, I have always said, like, I want to have a class where you just sit and watch. So your job is just to come to the class and let me show you how I get down. You get what I mean? When I talk about good sex and what it is that I want to see in terms of the synergy between a man and a woman, or you and your lover, right? This is what it is that I'm talking about. And having sat and watched us, tell me what it is that you come away from. But the idea of like having like being in the middle of a circle and people just sitting and watching, Jesus Christ. I would have, believe you me, when I say wet to my knee.
My girl.
To my knee. I'd be like,
what is that about? I could have feel the same way. Like, yo, just watch. Just hold our seats.
Hear me.
Just hold our seats.
Listen me. You see that something there now. I'm not joking up. Listen to me. I see what the comments them on. Sit down here now. No bother with me because I'm joking.
You can't sit tonight. You can't sit tonight. You bugger.
My girl, you don't see how I'm close to your phone. We're not ready. We're not ready for this yet. So no go on easy. We're not sell. We're not just talk up the things, but we're not ready yet. But trust me, I would so. Oh,
so you've never had sex for the amount of times you've been to Hedo. You've never had sex outside for people to watch you.
Sweetheart, I went down to Hedo once with my ex, and listen to me. The man sit down there going like him at the cat's meow, right? After me there, I tell him come in the water with me. I frolic up and down, you know, you want to see me, I hop and skip about the place. The man bought him lay down there, catch sun. I said, Ramona, I come out of the water. And I go over there, see man, and I suck off that man. Let me bury it in the back of my throat. You understand what I try to say? You see when him, because he wasn't a public person, right? Until I got him into this thing. Like I had to take him out the house. I remember the first time I used to talk to him about it. And then one day I just grabbed him. We were fucking on the balcony. And I just grabbed him and I took him out inside of the yard. So where he was living at the time, right, up in the hills there, people driving by and him concerned, also lights are going to catch, like lights going past by and see. And I'm saying, so what? They're driving by. This is you and your woman in your house. I don't understand. On the lawn or whatever else. You see, after him get to that place, girl, the idea of the public thing now, you know, was he was that much more open. So that was it. That was, Mama said, get on wicked. And this is right at the, where, right at the sea there, so. Right in the nude section.
Okay, so it was on the nude side.
Yeah, right there. So he's laying out on one of the benches, and I went to town, honey. Went to town, but I have never actually had sex there. I was on my period, so we couldn't go do the whole night. But I sought him out. No, serious.
My girl.
No, but hold on. Every time I go, one, I'm working. Two, I never take anyone with me whenever it is that I'm working. Every time that I go down. So everybody kill people dead. Yo, me down there, slay down the ends. And I say, like, actually, you know. I go down there, me teach, me watch everybody slay it. Me show them how to slay down the ends. And me just go in and me bed go sleep.
I'm sorry. That's not me when me go down there. That is not me when I go down there. Because I am fucking everywhere. Or kissing everywhere. Or rubbing down or something, or rub down or something. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not necessarily that, you know, I am switching all these different partners, which would not be a problem either, right? Because, I mean, people just need to know, say, yo, do your thing, right? But
if I just say it, then my friend,
that's why nobody not judge you, do your thing, right?
Right.
But what I have enjoyed a lot at hedonism is when it really allows me to be able to put on a show, and especially when I realize that people are now standing around and watching and that kind of thing, because a lot of times when we start, when like when I would start having sex, it's not necessary that people are around. So you know where the smaller pools are, like underneath the gym at Hedo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I would start there, so, right? And we'll do a thing, and people are passing, and people are walking, right? And then walk, and then stop. And then stop, and then somebody else, other people are walking and them stop, and then by the time I realize what's going on, you know, you have like 15 people over there watching, and them a thing, and them a say yeah, and them a bray, and them a tay, and whatever. And that is when I get even more excitable, because now I realize, oh shit, people are watching, right? And I mean, and I don't think the excitableness is like me going extra and thing like that. I think the excitingness is in my, literally like in my pussy. Like it's in, like the excitedness is in my pussy. So it's not necessarily, that they might realize, the people watching, that I am more into it now that they're watching. But the person that is fucking me, then realize, because then start to feel extra gushes. Extra gushes, you know what I mean? And I'm talking, and I'm like, oh my God, look at them over there. And they're talking too. There's also another place at Hito, which is by the pool, the thing there room, man. The liquor room, man.
The playroom you're talking about?
The playroom is not the room that you have to, that's like a man by himself.
Where the women, right? No, exactly. Where the woman has to take a man.
No, not there, not there. There's a little room by the pool, by the jacuzzi. That's the pool that's warm. Because that is not a jacuzzi, because it's a big enough thing, right? There is a room up there, and they have like a basket with condoms and stuff, and they have 2 twin beds in there, right? I was at Hito one time. And this older lady, she's like 50, but she looked good, you're fretting up. And she's sexy, and her body's sexy, she's hippie, and she's nice. She come from Canada. She don't talk no English. No English, she don't talk. More than hello, and hi, and you're pretty, and them talk. She don't talk nothing, right? And her husband came up to me, and her husband kept saying to me, man, my wife thinks you're beautiful, my wife likes it, but she not give me no vibe. So I'm just like, and then he and I, because I met him before, felt away, because me and him always a little like chatting, you know, because like we were there for like a week or so, right? Anyway, so this particular day, I am in the pool drinking whatever, naked, happy in the pool, right? Everybody's rubbing on everybody, everybody's feeling wonderful. And she takes my hand and she's like, follow me. I was just like, okay. Right? Because I was like, okay, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we're going. What? And she took my hand and we walked out. I think every single person at the pool stopped. I think everything stopped. As we walked out the pool and into that little room.
Right.
You see that room there? That room has memories, you know. Memories. Yo, I think she and I were in there for about 2 hours, you know?
Wow.
She and I were in there for about 2 hours, loving, just like...
You have to drink it off, my friend.
I have nothing else to say. Moving on.
No, but I think the good thing about it is what I like about the space, and I see everybody holding a water trip. Listen to me, nobody make me tell you when me I go down there and the joke out the thing.
We're not telling them. We're not telling them.
Yo, we just go around them, my girl. You understand? Because I'm beer joking. Look out for the picture, them. That's how I'm going to tell you. Look out for your picture, them.
Yes, baby.
The thing is this, right? The good thing about Hito is this. I mean, in terms of fulfilling fantasies, this is like one of the spaces that that's available to you to go. And trust me, Hito not pay with this with us. I talk about our own personal. That's my like my second home. I absolutely love it, and not for the reason that people think. Again, as I said, I'm not there fucking. That's not it, right? At least not yet. So, every time I go, I'm down there teaching. Every time, hands down, without fail, right? But the thing is this, what it does is that it creates a space for people to freely express themselves, freely. So for persons who are preoccupied, can't get out of them head, whatever, then you have this place that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares.
So insecurities are out the door. There are no insecurities.
There's
none.
Zero.
You see man with little penis. You see man with
big body.
Woman who this is everything. When you go there, you realize that you can't look at yourself and feel no way because no one else there is looking at themselves and feeling no way. And that is the most beautiful part for me.
That for me,
I agree with
you see, that for me is sexy because the thing is this: people live their entire lives preoccupied, caught up in them head, not really sure just how to fucking let go. Everybody needs to take a trip there, even if it is that you don't get into the ramping or whatever.
You don't do nothing.
You don't have to do nothing. Just take the trip
just
there
swim
and walk naked on the beach. Just go walk naked on. Treat yourself to that. Because that in and of itself is amazing. That you would be surprised. I went down there. I was there for New Year last year, right? That's where New Year. I was in the middle of a workshop, and then everybody decided we're doing Hedo, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna ring in the New Year down at Hedo, and believe you me, all the women there.
It was a day pass you did, or you were staying there?
No. We were staying in the grill. I was doing a 7-day retreat in the grill, right?
Okay.
And this is one of them purge your soul, get out all of the to start the new year amazing, right? And listen to me. So we decided, and this is in the middle of it, so it's not like the end of the workshop. This was like we had maybe 2 more days before the workshop was going to be done, and we weren't eating, right? So this workshop, the only thing, it was a detox all the way around. So everything that we were having was all liquids, right? So we were going to break it to eat that day. And sweetheart, we went down there, and 3/4 of the women there were struggling with body image issues. And so I was talking to them during the workshop, and I said to them, okay, this is what's going to happen. We're all going to heat up, and we're all going to get naked. Boom, boom. Stress out. And I'm like, man, everybody, after we finished the eating and everything, the jollificating, I went, all right, I'm going to the nude beach. First, and sweetie, when we're going to the nude beach, the first thing I said to them is this: you cannot go. Security going to stop you.
No,
yeah, me see the link. Me see the link.
Stop.
Yo, me see the link, my girl. Me see the link. Yo, next month I'm my birthday, you know. People. All right then.
Because my birthday is October 2, so don't listen to me.
No. Wait. Hold up. Wait. Yours is October. Mine is October 7th. When is yours?
I know you're the birth. I know that.
When is yours?
On the 24th.
My girl. My party the entire month, you know.
No, I party
what we are gonna do?
And
Hello.
Q is like the 20. I think Q is like the 20th or the 21st or somewhere around there. The 18th. Q is one of them something.
Hello. We have to do something. We're gonna add this. Boy, I'm excited. Bad. But here is the deal, right? When we got there, after I finished talking to them or whatever else, and I said to them, if you guys are following me on the nude beach, you're gonna have to get naked. They said, well, walk down there all the way down there, you know. One more talking and preaching, you know. They said, when we get down there, I'm out of my clothes already. I'm a Santa God. And them stand up there, you know, them a peeking, them a peek out. The security, I tell them, say, you either gonna get naked or you're gonna back up. You cannot come in. And finally, I went back and I said, come. Just take off something. Lose your top. I brought towels for all of them and wrap around them body, their lower half. And I said, lose the top. Just take off the top. And listen to me, sweetheart. Please understand and know, before the night was done, everybody was naked, frolicking around in the pool or whatever else. And I mean, women who were so preoccupied with their bodies. A woman was telling me, she was complaining. And a guy just came up, he's like, God, take off our top. And man just come over and say, my girl, your breasts
You're
are beautiful.
so beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's the perfect place for you to, you know, just fulfill a lot of these fantasies that we're talking about, because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about what it is that you're up to. Just go down there and enjoy yourself. Like,
do you know the first time I went to Hedo, I actually went there with like a woman who is like my mother, right? Mm-hmm. She's like my mom. And I knew that Hedo was you know, like a sexual place and things go on, but I never realized that's how it's still, right?
They did all
and
that.
I went and I took basically like my adopted mother, for our sister, for our cousin, and our 2 picnic them. And me and my best friend went down there, right?
Right.
And one day, like one night, we came out of our room and we were like, okay, you know, maybe we're gonna go by the bar and go drink or whatever. So we're going to go see what like, you know, like the older ones are doing. Backside, by the time we come down the stairs and walk the left, these older bitches were naked. They were naked and the towel threw over them shoulder. And see them,
a shot. That's right. That's right.
We were like, what the hell have we done to these South Carolinians? Right? No.
Right.
And they went in the pool and they were naked at the nude. And it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, and these are like 75-year-old women, you know.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay.
Amazing.
When I tell you, like, when I take women there, like to help them work through some of those things, and I keep saying this, dispense with this notion that it's just this den of iniquity or whatever else, right? I am saying there are so many things that it can help a woman work through, especially for those people who want their fantasies sorted out or whatever in a place that is non-judgmental. Yeah. In a place that is non-judgmental, absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's the
awesome.
best place. It's the best place to work things out is when you're in that kind of non-judgmental place for such a long. So it's great to be when you're with your therapist and you have that non-judgmental place for that hour and a half, or that 2 hours. Seven days.
One wicked.
You not seen me?
No, my girl, you look very foggy up and thing.
Hold on.
I'm not sure what's happening. Like, there you go. I'm seeing you now. Yep.
Great. Okay. All right. Thank you for telling me that.
Better. Yeah, man. Wholly better than it was before. But the thing is, right, for the fantasies, and for me, I say to people all the time, talk about them, have open dialogue with your partner about them. And because the idea of you being able to fulfill 1, 2, 3, 5 of them, whatever, with your partner, it brings you closer. Like, absolutely and completely closer. You'd be surprised. And you have memories for days. The things that you get to talk about, like where y'all did it. You know what I mean? Like the first time, my ex-husband had sex in public. And this was out by the, one night, the man to come, we're going to drive out and take out blankets and put it out, drive out away the airport road. This is before them put up the holy for rock stone and all of them, because something there or whatever else. Big blanket with wine and everything in my girl. Because this was a fantasy of his. And I'm saying, how come you never told me? He says, no. I wanted to do this for you. But it was so hard. So from a long time, I'm into this public life, this, oh God, out a door thing, I'm telling you, amazing. Like, absolutely, hands down, like, amazing. Amazing.
I get
it's yummy for your tummy.
It is yummy. It is yummy for your everything. It's yummy for your pussy. It's yummy for everything. The outside thing, outside, and then maybe you might be by the beach, or you by the pool, or the rain, the water come down on your thing, or I mean, it's just it's
hot.
We're really big in Peter tonight, by the way.
I tell you. Yo, my love, them not stop post link. Right, them the one stop post link. Yo, I tell you, but for real, I don't. It is really, really synonymous with the fantasies and stuff. You know what I mean? So one, it is learning how to broach the conversation with your partner in terms of what it is that you want. And the thing is, again, it's something that I noticed so many times. You are with this person, some are with there with the man, there with the woman umpteen how long, and they have never seen this side of you. The fear of judgment is so real to actually talk about, especially women who might be desirous of another man. It's enough of them dare not have that conversation.
No, they're not even, yes. And they
No.
condemn themselves, you know that. They like, and I mean, I know you know that, but they,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying to the people, like, they condemn themselves, you know, like, they think something is wrong, they shut that off. A lot of women shut that off because they think that they're going to be judged, or what is their partner going to think, or what are they
Right.
going to think of themselves? I think
Yes.
it's deeper than even what the other person is going to think, you know. I think it's deeper in terms of like self. Like, why am I going to look at myself in the mirror tomorrow and say, oh my God, you fucked two men at one time? Bitch, get over
Yep.
that shit. Keep it moving.
How is that going to work out, or
How
whatever?
am I going to live my life continuously and know that I went through this, or I did this willingly? Like, what is that about?
No,
But
the point that you made just now is worthwhile, because the judgment on self is a huge one. Huge, especially because of the perception that we have of this kind of thing. Because it's not just society believes that it might be whorish for a woman to want two men at the same time, you know. You buy into that, you subscribe to the conversation that, you know, so even the fact that this excites you. Not only that, you see what you just openly talked about a little while about being with another woman and yamming her pussy and whatever else. A lot of women who have that fucking desire, you know. But them dare not say it, because heaven forbid you say it, and it's almost like you blow life into it. You know what I mean? And the judgment that you have on yourself is like, Jesus Christ, I cannot cross it. Did I just think that out of my head? But for a lot of them, in the middle of the sex, in the middle of the masturbation, they thinking about another woman. That's what make them come, that make them like, in a quick minute. So my thing is this, right? Life is short. That's one. Two,
true.
your only task here is to free up yourself. Not for we live and die, and even if all you ever
And
do is
never live.
have
You
that,
live and you die and you never live.
and never lived. And the thing is, even if all you do is have the conversation, you would have done yourself a favor. Even if you never build up the courage to actually go through it, just have the conversation and you see what happens. The next thing, be with people that you can talk to. You can't deal with a man now who just rigid so him not open. Like, come on.
And the red flags are there like immediately.
Yeah.
Like, that is
Yeah.
not something where you find out after, when you have passed the
No.
representative side and is now learning the real part of the person. Those things are there from the get-go, at the beginning. So yeah, don't. When we think about sexuality, when we think about sex, when we think about fucking, when we think about any of those things, and we're talking, you have to really think that if I am going to engage myself or marry or decide I'm going to be in a relationship with this person, which means that you're going to be sexually active with this person on a regular basis, you have to be honest with yourself and honest with them, and know that if this is if there is something that you have thought about, even if you don't think that it will ever happen, you thought about, why are you going to have a long-term relationship with someone that just
Ooh,
the thought of that makes them want to vomit
no. The thing
or
is,
makes them want to judge you? No, these are conversations you have earlier out. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it has to be on the first date, but from you guys are fucking, when you're supposed to can have these conversations.
yeah, but you see, the thing is this, Ramona, the thing is this, right? For us to be fair, and it is something that I talk to couples about all the time, you have to be open to the fact that your partner is growing. So maybe when we just met, all I wanted was, you know, just me and you,
You,
baby. Yeah, I just wanted you, and I wanted it missionary all the time. Way. But then 5 years into the relationship, I've gotten exposed. You know, my libido is coming up through the roof. There are different things that I want to try. You want to have a partner that you can openly dialogue about these things with. Because the truth is, sometimes you are not there when you meet that person. Sometimes you are not this expressive when you met the person. When I met my ex-husband, I was expressive with him, but I
right,
wasn't where I wasn't where I was prepared to try stuff with him. You follow what I mean? I've
right.
always known that I was expressive. That's just been Caleen, right? But the thing is, I didn't know that there were so many different levels to this expression. But what was important for me is to know that I have a man who was sensibly enough for me and him to have this conversation. So I could tell him that truth is, I actually, when he said he wanted a threesome, I said, okay, but actually I came to this, you were my first sexual experience. There's a guy that I've been looking at, and I'm prepared to give you this experience that you want, but I want to fuck that nigga like one time. You can sit right here at the edge of the bed and watch me do it. And he sat there and he was like flabbergasted. But we could have that conversation and it didn't become malice. It didn't become, yo, me gonna take man pon him and him no. So them, you see them little dark, them little darkness there. Anybody will only see I exhibit them conversation, them brother, run for your life. Hear that? If you cannot readily talk to somebody, right, about just, you cannot be sexually expressive. You cannot talk about the things that you want to do without judgment or what. That's not your person. That's not your person.
We have to be honest from the get-go. We have to.
Yep.
Somebody does ask if missionary is still something. Let me tell you, missionary is amazing.
Missionary is hot.
I mean, what's hot? Missionary is great. What are you talking? You can do everything in missionary. You get penetration, you kiss, you look in my eye. Everything. You can, breast can get feel up, everything. I mean, missionary, you don't want missionary through the whole fucking thing. But missionary is fantastic. Don't fuck with missionary.
No.
It's
missionary
great.
Is when you're making that good love. When you connected with this person, like with, oh God, you giving him your soul. It's not just your pussy. It's take some of this goodie. And that's
fun. And that's funny that you say that, because I had a meeting with someone this evening, and she was talking about how when she has sex, she closes her eyes, and has been always all of her sexual partners. She has closed her eyes, and I said to her, you know that something's off with that, right? Because your eyes need to be open. Your partner's eyes need to be open, looking at each other. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's sweet and your eye locked and your eye rolling in the back of your head and all these wonderful things, which should happen. But there definitely should be times when literally your eyeball meet the next person, them eyeball. That is what it should be. And so I gave her this advice. I said to her, next time you guys are together, sit on the bed. And I just say the bed because I think it's just a little bit more comfortable. Not because that has to be the place, okay? Sit on the bed. Put your legs around him. Straddle him. You guys sit up. And literally look at each other for like 15 minutes. 15 minutes, just straddle him. If you want to hold hands, that might be a little bit better because of course there's more touching going on, right? But hold hands, straddle him, and just look in his eyes and he look in your eyes. During that time, a lot of things are going to happen in that 15 minutes. You're going to laugh. You're going to get a little bit uncomfortable. You're going to this, you're going to that. A lot of things are going to happen in just that short 15 minutes.
Right.
When you have sex the next time and you look at your partner, it is going to be completely different than any other time that you were fucking your partner and actually looked at them. Because now there are certain things that have been broken down. Right. And now you're not just seeing the surface of the eye, but you're seeing deep down.
You are now looking into him.
Yes.
That's right.
That's what makes sex really great as well. That's why a lot of people talk about sensual sex. It's not necessarily just because it's slow and it's soft. Yes, don't get me wrong. A lot of sensuality comes with that, right? But a lot of times it's because sensuality comes with using all the senses. And so using all the senses is going to include the eye, because that is one of the senses. And so when you draw that in, or when you look at each other, however you want to say it, you find that now all of a sudden there is even a deeper connection when you would do missionary. You know what I mean? Or, I mean, because, listen, man, whoever said fuck missionary, fuck that shit. Missionary is great. And if missionary is not working, listen, if it's a person where you just try fucking, missionary probably might not be great. You probably really just want to bend them over and and give them to fuck and them something there and Ray and Tay and whatever. But if you are someone that likes touch and likes caressing or likes, because when the girl bend over, she can't give nothing. What is she going to do? Stroke what? Your leg? With fear leg? I mean, that's all she can really fucking do. You can't do nothing else. You can't do nothing.
The beauty of missionary is that it allows for connection, and that is
much
when you
more.
want to. Yes, this is when now you're stepping up the ante, when you're looking for intimacy, and it's not just penis and pum pum, right? You're looking to connect. You want this person to see you. You want to get vulnerable. You want to get naked, emotionally naked in front of this person. So,
and even if you don't want to, you end up doing it.
Absolutely.
You end up doing it.
How we stay with time?
My girl, the time is like, we have like 4 minutes.
Serious? All right. So, as is the case, you don't know. We have to wrap up and start wrap. I'm hoping that, right, you would have gotten from this conversation, one, the importance of broaching this conversation with your partner, the whole idea of readily sharing your fantasies with your partner, letting them know exactly what it is that you want. Some people you have to make close approximation, especially if it's something that you're not certain about. Like, let's say, as a woman, your fantasy is that you want to fuck your man up the ass, right? You want to put on a strap on and knock it out the park. You got to take your time. If pegging is what works for you, you got to take your time and mention that. Just go frighten the man with that, you see me? Just come out one day out of the bathroom with your strap on and be like, come on, baby. Right. So they went in there, hell no, you see? You gotta take your time. You gotta take your time, okay? So some things you're gonna have to take time and ease your way into it, have the conversation little, right? Other things you can just mention. Depending, I don't want to sound like it's a sweet, right?
I'm laughing because I know how the man them say, and like
run like what? That's what I turn into fight. What you mean? What you do, baby? What you do with a girl? Come. Cause if no girl now come, what you do with that? You understand?
Right.
Anyway.
Well, let me not get started with that aspect. Please and thank you. Let me just leave all of that alone.
So, next week the conversation continues, right? So, the thing is, do you have anything going on, Miss Ramona?
For next week, definitely, I have Womb Wellness Wednesdays, of course, that we will be having on Wednesday. Our yoni toning class and our pelvic toning class is at the end of the month, the last Thursday for the pelvic class and the last Saturday the yoni toning class. And of course, the pelvic toning class is free. So please, men, there's no reason for you to not do this class. Or ladies, allow your men to do the class. It is really just a penis strengthening class, guys. So, and when we talk about penis strengthening, we don't just talk about the penis itself, but we talk about the muscles around the pelvic area, which is why we call it pelvic strengthening, because then it allows you to have more control. It allows you to be able to last longer, which is important sometimes, okay? Sometimes women think that the man them can't done, but I think that is something different mentally for them. I don't necessarily think it's just that the man can't done, right?
Cool.
It also allows you to be able to be a little thicker because of more circulation that's happening. And also, of course, it allows your penis to be able to pulsate more and you be able to do your little tricks that you can do while you're penetrating. So that class is great. For yoni toning, of course, that is vaginal toning. So we're talking more about vaginal muscles that are being toned, or maybe libido being more stimulated. Also orgasms, because a lot of times, the orgasm is not as amazing as it should be. Because trust me, guys, I'm not saying you should be screaming down the place like me, but what I'm saying,
we get it.
I'm a little extra with everything.
How we stay with the time? Where we at?
We have like 1 more minute.
Okay. All right. Well, the thing is, I don't have anything coming up just yet. I still haven't decided when online lap dance classes are going to start. I have been swamped and continue to be swamped. But as soon as I'm ready to get started, then I will definitely put it up there. Outside of that, I'm thinking about a workshop online. Like I've been toying with the idea. I need to solidify that for about October, worst case scenario, by November. But again, everything you guys will definitely know when the time is right. I want to big up the people who continue to touch base with me for online coaching. God bless them. Oh, God bless them. I'm very happy every time you send me a message to say that, you know, our session was beneficial to you. Big up and bless up yourself. See, I want to thank everybody for spending your Friday, for tagging your friends in our conversation. Lord, they don't even understand. Next week, make sure to only tune in 9 p.m. I ask for our nice, it have a sweet.
Nice and always
Try
nice.
some of the fantasies. Knock it out the park tonight. Let us
Yeah, guys, try
know.
it. Even if you're just at
Yes,
home by yourself and masturbating, just think about all these different
yes,
things that you
yes.
forget the porn. Even guys, forget the porn.
Always say,
Lie
always
down,
say.
turn off the lights, close your eye, make sure you have your oil and your thing. Oh, by the way, guys, I
Wait,
have.
time, Ramona, time, because you're talking with sanity.
All right, bye. All right, bye. But I have an oil. I have an oil. That's not an oil, but a cream that's really great for masturbation and lubrication. I can't wait.
So
So,
them
guys,
can
look up
come.
that. It's coming.
Blessings,
But
guys.
blessings, guys. Love and light. Have a great
Later.
night.
All right, below.
Bye, baby.
Bye. Oh.